What you hear online about building an AI business is far from the truth. And I just wanted to make this video to give you guys a realistic view of what it's actually like to build, run, and scale an AI business. I'm gonna share with you some of the things that nobody talks about, the downsides. And while building an AI business has a ton of upside and it's the best thing I've ever done, I just wanna make sure that you guys are prepared for these hurdles and challenges to come, because if you know that they're gonna come, they're gonna be a lot easier to beat. Now, first things first, when building an AI business, the tricky thing is building something that's actually good. So building a solution that it actually works inside a live business environment and actually delivers the results that you want it to deliver is easier said than done. Now, a lot of these YouTube videos make it seem very easy with tutorials, and all of these tutorials are a great point to start. But when it comes to actually implementing it into a business, the tutorial alone is not going to be enough. You need a certain level of understanding of, number one, your customer, number two, the problem that you're trying to solve, and number three, of the technical foundations of your product so that you can adjust things when a client asks you to. Rarely do we ever take a client project live and we don't get adjustments within the first couple of days of being live. We don't have some sort of bug, something that we need to fix. And if you don't actually have a deep understanding of what you've built and you just took a tutorial, you rebuilt the tutorial and you sold it to someone, you're gonna have trouble adjusting to that, and it will cause your clients to be unhappy. So that's one of the first things and the truth about AI business. You need to get into the details and you need to understand the fundamentals. And once you do start making money, you can hire developers who know these things better than you and I do. Me personally, I know the foundations. I'm not a super technical guy. So when you have developers, those things do get better, but you still need to be the guy who understands the client, the situation, the problem, and the specific use case that you're trying to build. Because developers oftentimes will not think 3 steps ahead. I'm very blessed to have developers who do that, but especially in the beginning when you hire your first developers, that's going to be a little bit of a challenge because you just don't have the budget to get high level staff. Now, number two is that a lot of people underestimate that being an AI agency is essentially the same as being a development agency. You're developing something for a customer, and development comes with its perks because you build something one time and then it works and you get paid for it continuously. But it also has its downsides, because building a solution and developing a solution is going to come with a big list of things that need to be in check afterwards, such as server uptime, making sure everything is secure, making sure there's no bugs, ensuring everything works together. And what happened last week is actually a great example. Cloudflare went down, and basically half the internet runs on Cloudflare. Cloudflare went down, and it had this huge ripple effect where Supabase, which is what we use for our database storage, was down. Go High Level, which is what we use to integrate our solutions into businesses, was down. And a lot of other things went down. And it was a Thursday evening at 8 p.m. Everything was down. I had to communicate with all of our clients. I had to keep them updated. I had to assure them that everything was going to be fine. At the same time, I had to stay awake, wait until the issue was fixed, make sure that everything continues running smoothly and comes back online as it should. And those are just some of the realities of building an AI business, because we are in the development space, and you're gonna have issues with uptime compared to, for example, if you're running an ads agency and you run meta ads, you don't really have to worry about those things. When you're a AI agency, you do have to worry about these things. Number three is, and this is a big truth that I've learned, an agency is hard, it's a pain in the ass. And for me and my co-founders, building an agency is great, but it's not really the end goal. The end goal was always software. And we're good at software. I mean, we have our software released AutoIGDM. We have a couple other softwares that we built internally. We're releasing a new software very, very soon. I'm actually recording a behind the scenes video a little bit about the process that goes into building a software. But you really need to understand that the agency, in most cases, is going to be a means to an end. If you want to build an agency and you want to make 10, 20 grand a month, while running that agency, that's perfectly fine. If you have bigger ambitions and you want to scale into the multi-6-figure a month range, which is the journey that we're currently on, then software is going to be a better vehicle to get you to that destination than an AI agency, because an AI agency comes with a lot of overhead, like I just explained, and obviously software has a lot of those same issues. But the difference is that with clients who pay you high ticket prices, let's say $8,000, which is what we usually charge for an AI solution, they are going to expect a lot more communication. They're going to expect you to do a lot more of the legwork when it comes to working together. So that's just something to keep in mind as well. Understand whether the agency for you is an end goal, just to have freedom, or whether you actually want to build a much bigger business, in which case agencies are going to cap you. We're still going to keep running our agency, but we're using the agency to fuel ideas for new software. So we're essentially building out a solution for a client, seeing, okay, this works great. And then we transition to actually building software for this. We release the software and we keep moving. So that's also something to keep in mind. If you're embarking on this journey or you're already on it, ask yourself, where do you want to get to? It's going to help a lot if you know the end goal. And you don't need to know how to get to that end goal, because the path will illuminate itself as you walk it. You just need to know what the end goal is that you want to get to. And then a final thing that I want to give you guys before I end this video is that it's never as easy as everyone online makes it seem. It took us months to start making revenue with our agency. The agency is now almost 2 years old, or the business as a whole is now almost 2 years old. And it took us a long time to get to the point where we are now, where we're 14 people on the team, we're doing consistent revenue, we're having a lot of fun, we're building great things. But it takes time. So don't expect to start this journey and next month start making $10,000 a month. That is what a lot of gurus out there will tell you. But most of the time, it's not going to happen that fast. It's just like any other business. It takes time. And if you look at traditional businesses, if you start a construction company, it is unheard of to start making $50,000 a month within even a year or 2 years. It just doesn't happen that fast. So while the online space is a vehicle that allows you to get there faster, and I think an AI agency is the fastest way to get there and one of the best vehicles to get into, it does take time. So don't forget that. Don't give up after a month or two. You need to keep pushing, and you need to understand that good things take time. And if it was easy, everyone would do it.